So the tackling numbers can sometimes be manipulated a bit by the way the opposition play, and so they had a really bad result 2 weeks ago. It was a focus because Sam put it on the agenda, and then they failed to back up again. What do you see in that?
Yeah, well, I mean, some of the things is attitude, of course, and getting back to the basics and the predictability. I think is probably what's on his mind. To declare it a week before and then not get the result, that's a problem.
Yeah.
So you know, tackling sometimes can be a bit misleading, but when you put it on the table and you don't deliver, then you probably got to train it. You got to get dirty on the track, and it's a 6-day break, so it's not as easy as just getting out there and getting the mouth guards out. So
second 6-day straight.
Yeah, so I suspect there'll be a little hit, but not massive.
So Johnny, if you've identified something and asked for it and it hasn't happened, and then you ask for it again, like that feels like a high stakes moment. Is his group going to respond or not?
Yeah, I guess that's the challenge, isn't it? That's the art of it, I guess. You know, only because it hasn't come week one doesn't mean you throw it out and try something completely new. I mean, I think the challenge is persisting at it and keeping going at it, and you know, understanding that this is value, this is an important part of the game, and sometimes it doesn't turn in week one. It takes a couple of weeks. It's only been a couple of games. What is it? 3 games, and so just persisting through it, and don't feel like you have to throw everything out, and having a bit of a plan, even though it didn't turn around in week one, doesn't mean it's not going to turn around in week 2.
The other issue is that they've become a poor stoppage team, particularly centre-bounce clearance team, and now you're married up against who they're coming up against.
Well, they've got big issues if that's the case. So we had a bit of a look. We'll look at the Bulldogs in a minute, and they're breaking records. So I suspect a lot of the planning they're going to do this week will be on the stoppage work, you know, because what the Dogs did last week and all year is record-breaking stuff. So we'll get into the division. So, I mean, this is just a very small...
Set the numbers up first?
Yeah, put the numbers up. It's a very small snippet, but they're on track. You know, over half their scores come from stoppages, which is back to when Mitch was playing. It was the last time we saw those type of numbers. So
who was the stoppage coach at Hawthorn back in those days?
I might have been Bevo. He's
was it? Was he? No, it was you.
No. It's not about that. But the
you asked me to tell you.
I didn't ask you at all.
You said you asked me that question.
No, I'd have been stitched up. So anyway, getting back to this, what the Bulldogs are doing, it's really hard to piece it all together in 1 or 2 clips, but we'll do our best to show you just the organisation you have to have, and it's actually really detailed. And what you'll see with the vision is it's based on, and you look at the numbers there, they're huge. And last week was outstanding against Geelong. But it's a system, and it's based. If you just pause it there for a second, I'll let Horse get into this. But it's based around an order, not we've got Geelong, let's do this, this, and this. It's just they play their order. So it's really calm. It's not arduous during the week. They've just got an order which they play. So there's 2 stoppages here. I'll get Horse to talk through the forward 50 stoppage, which is a little bit different. It's about Geelong as much as it is the Bulldogs.
Yeah, this is the forward 50 stoppage, and if you look at here, Geelong have put their wings through to free up Tom Stewart. Tom Stewart's man is at the stoppage. However, Geelong have pushed down one of their forwards to pick up his man. And the good thing about the Doggies here is you see Tom Stewart versus the Bulldogs player behind the ball is Norton comes up as a gun key forward and makes it a 1v2, which takes the threat of Tom Stewart being out free out of the game. A fantastic exit kick in this situation from a defensive 50. You're really just trying to get a stoppage if you can. And now I'll hand it over to Simo.
Yeah, so we just pause it there for a sec. So we saw, you know, and there's things going on everywhere, but essentially it was a wings engaged one-on-one in that last stoppage, and they've carried it on the Cats. So the Cats have decided on the left there just to go all the way with the winger. So the Doggies, whatever the order is, they've decided that out the front is dangerous. So they hold 6 forwards, just hold a bit of length. Richard's getting tagged here. You see a first possession, Richards gets out the front, and the forwards have just held an extra 10 metres. And then as he gets the ball, the forwards will disengage from, they won't run to the ball, they'll run away and dare to press. And it all happens really quick, but that is trained pre-season, before Christmas, January, February. It's an order-based structure. It's not, let's do this week. It's, OK, what's our order? So if the opposition do something, they just go to different types of levels, and it's very effective. They're doing a really good job. Centre bounce, they're killing it as well. So Massive issue for Hawthorn if they don't get that right this week. So Hawthorn have to change what they do. The Doggies just keep doing the same thing each week.
All right, terrific. Adam, thank you.
Cheers.
John, always great.
Good on you. Cheers, guys.
John Longmire and Adam Simpson, our coaches, make us smarter every week. Monday from the MCG, the King's birthday encounter, and in the aftermath, both coaches to join us, Craig McRae and Simon Goodwin. They'll come straight from the rooms to join us at the desk, dissect what has transpired, the climax of round 13.